is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You got it.
And back on again. Out, 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 out. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Ooh, the gym. My old stomping grounds. Hank Patterson, fly fishing guide.
Riley Smith, tight end.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Hey, you wouldn't happen to be the kicker?
No, tight end.
Again, thank you. I'm looking for a kicker for Lithia Ford's fall kickoff sale. But you're not the kicker.
No.
Yeah. Nah, the kicker's probably taller. In a lot better shape. So, okay. What position do you play?
Tight end.
Squats. Yeah. Try it sometime.
RowPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics, is going all in this season with an all-star lineup. First up, he led the Broncos to 3 conference championships and 10 20-win seasons. It's Coach Leon Rice. Next, he's the founder and CEO of RowPaint.com. He played a little basketball in high school on the driveway with his mom. It's Andy Rowe.
Oh, no. Want to just paint my house?
Now that I can do. When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust RowPaint.com to get that job done right.
Welcome to the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show from Bronco Nation News, as we get you set for the latest news, insight, and analysis as game time approaches. The BNN pregame show is presented by Lithia Ford of Boise. Check out LithiaFordBoise.com to view the full inventory of vehicles, or check them out at 8853 West Fairview in Boise. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Now, let's head out and join BJ Rains for the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show from Bronco Nation News.
Well, welcome on into the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show. BJ Rains with you. We're going to start things off right away with Max Rice. Max, how much fun was that to play in, man?
Oh, geez, down the stretch, it got a little scary. I know you heard how loud it got in here. But just to be able to finish that game out, I think says a lot about our team. And we're coming home with another quad 1 win, so that's a great feeling.
You got up, back and forth game. You got up there. The crowd got into it. I was telling Nate here. I mean, that's what's tough about playing on the road. You're still up 7, but it felt like 1 or 2 with how loud it was getting, and it was just a back and forth game. But I thought you guys have obviously played in a lot of close games this year, and I think that paid off tonight.
Yeah, that's what we said in our huddle. We're like, we've been here so many times this year, and I think I know the fans were on us early about losing some of those close games, but I think it pays dividends in conference games like this when all these fans are shouting down on you and you're able to finish a game like that and really boost your resume for March.
There's so many things we can look at. You out-rebounded them 43-24. I mean, to just dominate the glass like that, how big was that?
Yeah, big shout out to Cam and Omar. Those dudes are dogs. I missed a pretty bad 3 right there, and Omar came up with a huge offensive rebound. And I think we really closed it out really well.
What about that shot you hit there? It looked like it could have been a foul call too, but just to be able to get that one to go there.
Yeah, I tried to pump fake him. I can't really remember. It kind of was a blur. I remember I got him off his feet, I think, and I kind of jumped into him. But the ref talked to me, and he said he went vertical, I guess. I'd like to see the replay on that one, but good win.
For you, Max, obviously you've had some great games, some other games. You know how it's going with the But just to have what you did tonight and still want to take that last shot and still kind of do it, and then to be able to hit what essentially sealed the game there. I don't know if it's technically the game winner, but to seal the game there, I mean, how's that feel for you?
Oh, no, I was far from even top 4 in this game. If we're talking like how I played, I didn't play very good. But I like to think I can make shots like that down the stretch and help my team. And me and Leon were talking earlier today, like this is the last time I'm going to play in these venues, and I want to take advantage of that. And I'm not scared of the moment either. So I think this is huge for our program, and it's a great win for us.
What'd you make of Tyson? Had 20 points tonight, just kind of quietly doing it again. And there were some times there in the second half where he really took over.
Yeah, I think that's a really big part of our offense is just feeding the post. We got so many people that can hurt you. Like if you double Tyson, we're going to move it. We're going to swing it. If you don't, it's bad. It's barbecue chicken. So it was a great game, and I'm really happy with it.
You guys were having fun with the crowd too. I mean, their students weren't in session, but they had some students here, and I know you were doing it when Roddy hit a couple of those big shots. He was turning to them. You guys were kind of feeding off that tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And there's a line that you don't want to cross, definitely, because maybe an official could tee you up if you do a little too much. But it's fun to do that kind of stuff and enjoy life on the road. So.
You look at these top 5-6 teams, and you know how hard it is going on the road to go ahead and be the first one of this group of 5 or 6, top teams to get a road win in one of the other teams' venues. What does a win like this do for you guys? 3-0 now in conference play.
Yeah, no, it's huge, and this is not a lot of teams are going to win at Nevada. It's a quad 1 win. I think it's funny that we talked about earlier in the season. You're like, we didn't have that many good wins, but like I said, so many opportunities coming, and we already have 2 quad 1 wins in conference. That's huge. I think our resume
in 3 days you picked up 2 quad 1 wins.
Our resume is so much better than people make it out to be when you really look at it and compare it to even top 25 teams. Yeah, we have 4 losses, but we already have there's 3 quad 1 wins, 3 quad 2 wins too, or
a couple. Yeah, it's big.
Yeah, it's way more than last year, way more than the year before. So
and now you got 2 home wins or 2 home games next week. Another big week to keep it rolling.
Yeah, hopefully we can pack the extra mile.
Perfect, man. We're going to let your coach, Leon Rice, get in here, man. We appreciate your time as always.
Thanks.
Congrats, man. Nice win, Max Rice. We appreciate him for joining us. We're going to go straight to Leon here in a second. Again, Boise State wins this one. The final score, 64-56. We'll bring in Leon here in a minute, but 64-56. Boise State wins this one. Again, they had a 43-24 edge on the rebounding. We got 400 people watching this, by the way, which is by far a record for a post-game show for basketball. So thank you to all of you. Hope you guys are YouTube subscribers. You can subscribe to that YouTube channel there at the bottom of the screen. And we do this every game, pregame, postgame here on Bronco Nation News. And again, 56 points for a team that was averaging 78 points on the season. We mentioned the 20 points from Tyson Degenhart. You also had 12 for Roddy Anderson. Roddy Anderson was huge. He had a stretch there in the second half where he had some big buckets, and he was taunting the crowd a little bit. I mean, Roddy Anderson was really getting into it, and it was fun to watch and see the confidence that he played with. The fouls, I mean, it was a very interesting game. We can get into all this. The crowd was getting into it. They were going crazy, and yet you look up and the fouls are 8-3 in their favor. So it's like, what are you getting so crazy about? And you really did get some concern there in the second half once they got into the double bonus that they were just going to live at the free throw line because they were one of the best in the nation at getting to the free throw line. So obviously it was a little nerve-wracking there if you're a Boise State fan because you just had a feeling that the only way Nevada was really scoring was at the foul line, but they were getting a lot of calls and getting to the line a decent amount. So that was the only way that Nevada really was in this game with what was going on there. And so it was just a situation where, Boise State was doing what they needed to do, and it got tight there for a little bit, but Boise State hit some big shots, hit their free throws, and then obviously, that was all she wrote. And just loud, electric atmosphere here for the crowd. Certainly one of the better venues Boise State will play in this year. You can't say enough about this team and how big of a win that this was for Boise State, because you go on the road now, you get this win, you're 3-0, and to be able to make that first statement around the rest of the Mountain West. I mean, you just made one on Tuesday against Colorado State, but now you go win at Nevada. I mean, that gets everybody's attention: fans, teams, coaches, players, national media members, bracketologists. We'll see what the KenPom numbers update to, but I mean, Boise State was a 6.5-point underdog in Las Vegas. I mean, they were supposed to lose this game by like 5 points at KenPom. So for Boise State to be able to do what they did and win this game, just super impressive, and it should be a nice boost in the metrics. And now you come home and you got 2 home games against UNLV and San Diego State. you find a way to win both of those, and you go to 5-0 in this league. I mean, it's just crazy to think about what Boise State was able to do winning this game. And Coach Rice is going to come join us here in a few minutes. And let's take a look at some more of the stats while we're doing that. 20 for Degenhart, 12 for Anderson, 12 for Abo. We had 10 for Rice. And let's see, Boise State held Nevada to 36% shooting. Just 36% shooting. Super impressive for Nevada. Let's take a 90-second timeout real quick while we wait for Coach Rice to join us. Go grab another Cutwater, another beverage of choice, and we'll be back with Leon Rice in 90 seconds here on Bronco Nation News. All Bronco Nation News broadcasts come from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mix premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Spirits, perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Our title sponsor is rowpaint.com. For all your commercial, industrial, residential painting needs, check out rowpaint.com. Don't forget about their concrete coatings. Transform that ugly concrete slab on your back patio in your garage in just one day. Contact rowpaint.com for a free estimate today. The official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics, and our title sponsor at Bronco Nation News is rowpaint.com. Idaho Central Credit Union's been helping members achieve financial success for more than 80 years. There's an ICCU branch on almost every corner, but the closest is in your pocket with free eBranch mobile and online banking. See why more than 500,000 members love ICCU, and join 1 in 4 Idahoans by making the switch today at ICCU.com. Since 1984, Ridley's Family Markets has prided itself on being a hometown food and drug store that employed value members of the local community. Ridley's Family Markets has 13 locations in the state of Idaho and many more in the surrounding states. Download the new Ridley's app to your smartphone, get savings up to 40% off at the checkout line, and find a location near you at shopridleys.com. Former Bronco Matt Bauscher is once again the number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. No home is too big or too small for Matt and his team. Let them fulfill all your real estate needs at BauscherRealEstate.com. All right, Coach Leon Rice going to join us momentarily here. Again, Nevada goes 17 of 22 from the free throw line. This was a game where Nevada only made 18 field goals. They got a few late. Do we want to knock out? Should we knock out Tyson, or? We'll let Tyson jump in here while we're waiting for this side. Tyson, this side. Oh no, Coach Rice is coming. Can we get him first? Yeah. Okay, Coach Rice is coming. We'll get to Coach Rice first. But again, it was 64-56 the final. Boise State able to take down the Nevada Wolfpack. Coach Leon Rice, nice enough to sit down for a couple of minutes with us. Coach, how we doing?
A lot better now, BJ. A lot better now. That was a tough one, as we knew it would be.
Unbelievable swings back and forth. I was telling Nate, I mean, at one point you're up 7, but it felt like you were up 1 with the crowd just going crazy. Right. And that's what life on the road in a hostile environment can do to you. But I think that all these close games, these hard games you've played this season, I think you guys down the stretch made some key plays.
Huge. And, you know, you feel like you're teetering a little bit. You know, we weren't good against the double team in the first half. The guys adjusted, did some stuff at halftime. They doubled, and we scored out of it with Roddy, and then we didn't see it again until they doubled Tyson late. And then we were kind of a train wreck against the press, but we only turned it over 1 time. And it looked bad, but, you know, the freshman kind of didn't know what he was doing a little bit in that. And,
yeah,
you know, but Buzo had 4 fouls. And so, you know, you're juggling all that stuff. And then, you know, in that, when it got so noisy, you also want to protect your timeouts when they're going to press and press and press. And,
yeah,
because they got some quickness to do it. And they weren't even close to the bonus, so then they can be super aggressive and fouled. And they didn't care if they fouled. That makes the press even harder to go against.
Yeah.
So, but our guys got through it, and like I said, only 1 turnover out of that, and you know, kind of weathered that storm. But the biggest difference was the glass. I mean, for us to out-rebound a team on the road like this, plus 19 and get
they only had 2 offensive rebounds the whole game.
We're doing a good job defensively, and we're getting better every time out as a team. And you know, really proud of Omar. He struggled from the field because they were doubling him. But the good thing about this team, you know, it was a low scoring game. They were doubling him. Well, we got Tyson more touches and more shots, and you know, these guys are unselfish. They don't care who shoots, and they don't care. You know, they just care about winning and getting it done. And I thought Roddy gave us some good stuff tonight, 12 points. handled the ball. And
he was taunting the crowd. He was feeling it. It felt like he was really having fun out there.
Yeah,
tonight.
that's what, no doubt. And, you want to come in here with some moxie and get it done. And, it took everything we had. And there's not a lot of teams that are going to win here.
No.
And, the cool thing, that's what I love about you coming, because it doesn't show maybe on TV. It doesn't show.
Someone said on TV, they said it didn't sound that loud.
Oh, my gosh. It was deafening. I mean, Steve was trying to call plays. We were trying to call plays. And, that's why we use the cards, because these guys couldn't hear a thing I was saying. And
they made that one layup to cut it to 2 with about 3 or 4 minutes to go, and you thought the roof was going to cave in.
Yeah, it was great. And then we responded by getting fouled and making some free throws.
Yeah, you said Omar Stanley's the guy you like going to the line. That's so nice to have a big guy that can steal it at the line there.
Amazing, because he's the easiest guy to get it to. He knows in our press break we used him and isolated him on that side. And I told him, just hold it. And they're going to foul you and just pivot around. And he took the foul, came down and iced the game.
You mentioned the defense, Coach, but you hold them to 36% from the field. You hold them to more than 20 points below their season average, 56 points. That's 2 games in a row where 2 of the better offenses in the league, you've been able to hold them down. What can you say about the defensive effort?
Well, here's what I said on the radio that's so important to know is, our staff does such a good job getting this information to the scout team. And you wouldn't believe how, someday I got to show some film on how our scout team does this stuff and how they imitate these guys, and they take so much pride in it. They learn Lucas's moves and they get his shot fake stuff down, and they get, all that stuff. And it makes a huge difference because they give these guys such an accurate look of what we're going against, and they take so much pride in it. And, it's really impressive because Chris Lockett and Cade and Alex and
now Emmanuel, right?
Emmanuel and the captain,
Vince.
But don't forget the captain of that team. Hey, Tyson, who'd you name captain? Sam Winters.
Right. We saw his dunk on social media.
Oh my God, that was like jaw dropping. But these guys take so much pride in it, and it makes us be able to see what we're going to see. Now, we all know. I mean, that's a high level group of guys, and so maybe they're not as talented. But they take so much pride in it, and it makes them better. They pick up crafty little things that these other guys do. I remember back in the day when Max was on scout team, he was Peyton Pritchard, and I'm like, why don't you just play like that? That was pretty good. We couldn't stop him. And
who's in charge of the scout team? They want to know on the
Sam Winter.
Okay. Deserves all the credit.
Sam's the captain of the scout team. It's pretty cool.
2 more things, Coach. I'll get you out here. I mentioned just late in the game, it seemed like just the poise down the stretch, even when the crowd, there's a little flustered at times on the press, but I felt like for the most part, you guys got the offense set up, and it didn't seem like I thought you guys felt comfortable given some of the games you played this year. And
no doubt.
And Max hitting that shot there, I don't know how there wasn't a foul called as well when he fell down. And I don't think that counts as the game winner because you were already up by 2 or 4 or whatever. But it felt like to me that was kind of the dagger shot when Max hit that. I think you're up 2. When Max hit that shot with about a minute and a half to go.
That one was huge, and oh my God, that was a game winner. And this is his last go around, and it's our last go around together at these venues. And he didn't feel like he played a very good game here last year. He equaled it out with the game he played against them at our place.
That's right. Yeah.
He ended up averaging 30 against them, but most of them was at our place. So, he really want to come in here and get that done. And, after he kind of settled in after that first 10 minutes and he gave us some great toughness and kind of he's the calming effect, to the group. They trust him with the ball. They know he'll make the free throw. He did miss one. It was funny. Him and Lucas both missed one, 2 of the best free throw shooters in the league.
Yep.
And I think they were talking about that at the line. But I mean, what a great game and what a great win for our guys going into, out of the frying pan into the fire again.
Oh, yeah.
When do the easy ones come? Never.
Well,
that's the thing.
Yeah, and final thing, I mean, I know it's a long season, it's 3 games, but to get a road win against one of the teams that are going to be in that top 5, 6, and to kind of move that column over to your side here, 2 quad 1 wins in a matter of 3 days. I mean, I know it's a long season, but it really seems like this last week is a week we could look back at maybe down the season. That kind of was the turning point here. You guys are on a roll right now.
Right, no doubt. And we don't get too high, we don't get too low, and you got to respond and you got to recover. You got to recover from wins just like you do losses. But these guys, the thing I see is we're getting better and better and better, and we can keep working on our weaknesses and the things we need to get better at, and they're hungry to do it. And that's how you that's how you have a great team. And they're starting to, it's starting to come together. But you got to give these guys credit. We played 3 league games and we won 2 road games.
Yeah.
And, that
only team in the conference, I think, that's done that to this point.
No doubt. And like you said, no, my money's saying that not many will come in here. And
they didn't even have the students here tonight. I mean, they were on break or something.
It was loud.
Yeah.
Without them.
I shouldn't say this, Coach, because it might have to become a tradition, but I was walking in the lobby and your trainer Tyler had an extra beet juice. And I took one. Well, now and that may have been this is the best post-game show I've ever done. This is the best game I've ever had.
It's a difference maker, isn't it? No doubt. But hey, here's the other thing that was cool. It was great to have Cam back. That helped us. I mean, because those minutes he gave, especially in the first half, he gave us a lot of minutes in the first half. And that, I didn't want to take Tyson out. He was on, he was making shots, and that made it so Tyson and Omar down the stretch were just a little more, just had a little more juice in their tank. And, he's a big key to this team. But really proud of our guys that to come in here and out rebound them by what we did. I mean, that took a lot of grit and toughness. And, now he's got to get home safe and recover. And the great thing is we get to watch those teams tomorrow and recover and get our minds right and get our bodies right and regroup on Sunday.
Well, everyone's fired up, Coach. We set a record here for basketball. I mean, there's at 11:20 in Boise, 439 people on social media that are chatting and talking and watching our show right now. So appreciate your time. Congrats on the win. I know everyone's fired up and a couple of big home games next week.
Yeah, it's we don't know about a couple. We know about one, and that's Tuesday night against a really, really good, talented UNLV team that has gone through some adversity with injuries and all kinds of things, and they are coming together. They look really good.
Yeah, appreciate it, Coach.
All right.
Thanks a lot. There he is, Leon Rice, after Boise State wins 64-56. Yeah, that's going to be a nice charter home for the Broncos. Tyson Degenhart going to jump in real quick. There he is. How we doing, Tyson?
I feel great. How are you?
I'm sure you are. Man, how do you explain that one?
That was a Mountain West game to a T. Coming into a road environment that got very, very loud, and we just found a way to gut it out.
And the crowd too, man. I know people on TV were saying it didn't sound that loud. It got pretty loud there, especially in the second half.
When Blackshear made that layup to cut it to 2, it felt like the roof was gonna fall off this place, and that's what you get on the road. Is you get the crowd will always keep the home team in the game, and I think early in the season, if we were in that situation, we'd have lost this game. But we've been through so much that we just know how to find a way to get a win.
How much do you think that did pay off? All the close games, tough games you played, because when they were pressing you guys, it did seem like there was a little time where it was starting to sputter. You just mentioned they got it to 2, but you guys were able to kind of regroup and never give up the lead there.
We just stayed really connected. We knew they were going to throw a couple punches and get close and make the game close, and we just knew we had to stick together, and we weren't going to win this game 1-on-5. We had to win it 5-on-5.
What was it? You obviously kind of took over there for a stretch, had a couple and ones and a couple buckets. I think you had 7 or 8 straight there to kind of help extend the lead. Did you kind of feel, was it just the way it came to you, or were you kind of feeling the need to kind of want to take over there?
A little bit of both. I like to pick my spots, and when I start to feel good, that's when I'll be aggressive, but I'm also willing to find open teammates and let them make shots.
What can you say about Roddy Anderson? He had a couple big shots in a row to start the second half, was taunting the crowd a little bit, and that got you guys a lead and helped you have a little cushion there to start the second half.
That was a huge 7-point stretch for him. I mean, he on my post double down here, he found the middle, made that. He stole the ball, had the dunk, and then on the next possession, I think he hit a 3 from the corner. I mean, that's a huge stretch for us. 7 points. I don't think we gave up any. I think it's a 7-hole run by himself. So, anytime you can have that in a road environment, that's huge.
Speaking of dunk, people are commenting about your putback there. That was pretty nice.
Ooh, I got lucky off the rim and timed one up.
Is that about when you're in the right spot and the ball's right there? Is that it doesn't get much easy? I mean, I don't say it's easy, but I mean, how nice is that when it comes together like that?
It's the greatest feeling. Sometimes you just jump up and you're like, man, I actually did that, because we do throw it out like in the warm-ups. Dury will throw off the backboard and you'll go get it. And we kind of practiced that a little bit and actually got one in the game.
I was going to say, is that the first one you've had in a game?
I haven't had one since high school.
Wow.
My senior year.
Wow.
That's my first road dunk, too. You can believe that.
How about that? It's funny that you know that. You've had a few. They got on you last year because you said you only had, 2? But this year you've obviously put more together this year. Yeah.
I had one my freshman year, one my sophomore year, and I have 5 this year.
There you go. What can you say about the rebounding? To win the glass by as many as you did, it was 43-24 on the glass, and you held them to 2 offensive rebounds.
With a team like that, and you give them second shots, it gives them another chance to get back in the game, especially with a shooter like Lucas and a player like Blackshear. We just knew we had to own the glass, and I think we did a great job of that tonight. I mean, plus 19 on the road is a huge advantage. To get a road win like this in a venue that not a lot of teams are probably going to come in and win, what does it say? How are you guys able to pull this off, and just the confidence level now winning here, knowing that you kind of have a one on the plus side, with going forward here? It's huge. We're going to go to a lot of road environments that are going to be loud, if not louder than this, and to have this experience of knowing how to win when it comes down to the stretch when they're pressing and we have to make free throws, it'll help us in the long run.
What does this win say? I mean, what kind of message are you guys statement, I guess, are you making to the rest of the league or the country, whoever? I mean, people were looking at your non-conference record, and some people maybe thought it wasn't where it wanted to be. The computers maybe didn't line up with where you guys thought it should be in terms of the rankings and all that. But you look at what you've done in league play now, 3-0, the only team to already have 2 road wins, to see the metrics start. I haven't looked at Ken Palm or anything yet, but the metrics starting to rise. I mean, what going on the road and maybe even adding in the Colorado State game to win these 2 games this week, I mean, what's that say?
It was huge. We know what we had in the locker room, and I think a lot of people didn't really believe in us, especially when we had 4 losses in the non-conference. But we know what we have in that locker room, and we have a very talented team, and we're just going to continue to keep working and keep getting better.
9-spot jump at Ken Palm up to number 50 there. So the net ranking also probably will reflect that. That's not a bad week.
Not bad at all.
And what do you say about the home games you got coming up this week? Obviously, I know it's 1 game at a time, but you got 2 road wins. Now you get home tonight. You watch those other teams have to battle it out tomorrow, and then you got a chance to stay at home and have 2 games next week.
Absolutely. You can't overlook UNLV. They beat New Mexico. They're playing really well, and play Utah State tomorrow, so definitely be tuned into that game. And we're going to need to pack the X because UNLV is no joke, and need that to be loud. And then on Saturday as well, I know it's an early game, but San Diego State, when they come to town, we need to have a sold-out crowd.
Hey, man, congrats on the win. Safe travels back.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We got to get another show on the books at some point.
I know.
Here.
We need to. We'll figure it out.
All right. Sounds good, man. Appreciate it. Tyson Degenhart, again, 20 points tonight to help lead Boise State to a 64-56 win. And, again, a 9-spot jump in the Ken Palm rankings. Boise State up to number 50 in the country. And let's check those defensive numbers. Mike Burns' defense now number 18 in the country in the adjusted defensive efficiency numbers. Now Boise State with a top 20 defense yet again with Mike Burns and company. Offensive rebound percentage. Remember early in the season when Boise State was giving up like 15 offensive rebounds to Clemson and some of those teams? Boise State now number 8 in the country in defensive rebounding, only giving up offensive rebounds 23% of the time. The numbers are correcting themselves, folks. Boise State now 12-4, and again, up to a season best by far, number 50 in the metrics at Ken Palm, and we'll see where the net ranking is when we wake up tomorrow. But overall, just hard to quantify how huge of a game this was for Boise State. Let's take another timeout, 90-second break. Go grab another cut water, hang out. We'll take a quick 90-second break. We'll take your comments, your thoughts, and what you're thinking moving forward here. We'll be back in 90 seconds on Bronco Nation News. Bronco Nation News is sponsored by Tommy Alquist and Ball Ventures Alquist, Idaho's premier commercial real estate development company. BVA projects specialize in office, retail, flex, medical, and industrial spaces located at some of the most strategic and visible locations in the valley. Need a developer? Looking for new space? Think BVA. At BVA, we are Idaho's developer. The Nicolason family and SON management have proudly been operating Taco Bell restaurants in and around the Treasure Valley since 1969. One of the first to make a 7-figure donation to the Lyle Smith Society, they've also stepped up their support of Boise State athletics with the Taco Bell men's and women's basketball endowed scholarships. The Nicolason family and SON management have committed at least $310,000 by 2026. Get more information on their financial support of Boise State athletics and find information on applying to work at Taco Bell at TacoBellWorks.com. Lithia Ford of Boise is a proud supporter of Boise State athletics and the official car and truck of the Broncos. Lithia Ford of Boise supports Bronco student athletes through NIL deals, including providing Ford vehicles to Taylon Green and Riley Smith from the football team and Paige Barsh from the volleyball team. Rain's family purchased our F-150 from Lithia Ford. Couldn't be happier with the purchase. Check out the all-electric F-150 Lightning or the electric Mustang Mach-E at Lithia Ford, and make sure to check out their full inventory of vehicles at lithiafordboise.com. The Blue and Orange Store is the perfect spot to get all your gear for your next Bronco game. The Blue and Orange Store has official Nike apparel, including jerseys, shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, and more. Wear what the Broncos wear and get it at the Blue and Orange Store, the second floor of the Boise Town Square Mall, or get free shipping on a $40 order online at theblueandorangestore.com. Again, back here live on the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show. I guess I was so flustered with what was happening that I played the pregame show music when we started the show. So I apologize for that, but we wanted to get a player on quickly, and so Max Rice came over, and I accidentally played the wrong video. So I apologize for playing the pregame show video. You all knew it was the postgame show, I assume, and but we had Max on, we had Tyson on, we had Leon on, and it was a fun first 30 minutes here on the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show. Again, we're in the Cutwater Studios. More than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. You can pick one up at your local gas station or grocery store, and maybe a Cutwater night. Hopefully you guys are enjoying some, and we'll finish the show. We'll go write a story, and then may have to grab a Cutwater or two after that one. It's a big win for Boise State. You look at all the different things and metrics and all that to be top 50 now at Ken Palm. I think the schedule is going to continue to help Boise State. The net ranking is going to continue to jump as well. And Boise State, again, now 3 quad 1 wins on the season. They're close to 4 if San Francisco can get up there. And I'll just say this. I mean, last year, Boise State had 3 quad 1 wins the entire season. Mike Burns, number 18 at Ken Palm defense now. 18th in the country, the defensive efficiency numbers for a fired-up Mike Burns as they get set to head to the flight, and you see Coach Rice heading out as well. That's got to be super nice. They got the charter now. They'll be back home and 50-minute flight or whatever it is, and that stuff makes a difference. That stuff adds up. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I'm waking up for a 8 a.m. flight where I have to go through Vegas and don't get back till 2:30, and that used to be the flight the team was on, and they had to get up at 6 in the morning, and their off day tomorrow was sitting in airports and flying back and getting home at 3 o'clock, and they'll be home by 1:30 in the morning tonight, and it's a game changer. The players get the day off tomorrow, watch games, the staff can get to work. And, a couple of years ago when they were losing some games early in the season, and I would point that out, I mean, a lot of fans saw that as an excuse. And they said, that's an excuse. And how's a charter flight in January going to help you in March and all this, when they had some of the early seasons. But that wear and tear adds up, and all that stuff really does matter. And I think that it showed. It's showing that the quick turnarounds on these flights and getting home from San Jose right after the game, that helps you get ready for Colorado State. Getting home tonight after this game gives you that full extra day to get ready for UNLV. So I mean, it's what the big time programs do. They charter to every single game, and Boise State is doing it almost every game now, and it is paying off. I did call it. Samuel Windsor on the pregame show, I said I had a really good feeling Boise State was going to win this game. So whether I called it and get the credit or whatever, it was a big. I just had a weird feeling they were going to come in here and find a way to win it. Someone's asking about the charter flights. One of the reasons, and I will say this, they are getting a lot more commitment. Jeremiah Dickey and company are really upping the travel budget and things like that. They're investing in the budget, but also one of the nice things this year is there's a charter company. I believe it's called SkyWest Charters. They actually moved 2 of their charter planes to be based out of Boise. So the crew and the planes for the charter company are actually based in Boise, so they can fly the team straight to Reno for much cheaper than having to pay for them to come from Denver to pick them up before they go to Reno. So the costs are much cheaper now with the charter flights because they're based in Boise, and they can just go 2 ways instead of having to pay for the empty legs to go back and forth to Denver where they used to be after they took them off. So that's a huge change for Boise State. That is certainly helping, and but no doubt for the men's team, but also for the women's team, they've upped the number of charters, and Jeremiah Dickey and company have added to that. And it is 100%. Fans didn't want to hear it, but it is 100% a factor because I know the wear and tear it takes on me. And I see these guys when they're in the, on these, commercial flights, sitting middle seat and stuff. I mean, it's a big difference when you're on a charter and you're home by 1:30 tonight. So that'll be a fun flight home too. You go pick up a road win at Nevada. I mean, that is just an incredible win. Again, you move up to 50 in the metrics. You do all the things you want to do in terms of getting another quad 1 win. As I said earlier, only 3 quad wins all season last year, and they already have 3 with 7 more quad 1 opportunities still to go. So I think that it was a huge road win for Boise State, and what it does is it gives you a chance to obviously you want to win every game, but if you were to slip up and lose a game at home to a San Diego State or at home to one of these other teams, you're still okay to go on that 5-5. We talked about it. You want to go 8-0 against the teams at the bottom, 5-5 against the higher teams, and right now you're on pace to go, you're 2-0, and you have a road win against the other top 5 teams in the league. So just a massive win for a lot of reasons for Boise State, and just the poise down the stretch. I mean, I don't know how you guys were feeling. I put it on Twitter. I said, how's everyone feeling? But it was getting tight. Nevada was making a run. Boise State was having a little trouble with the press, and it got really, really, really loud in here. And for Boise State to just not totally cave in, Nevada never got the lead, and for them to hit a couple big shots. And I know everybody wants to bash on Max Rice, and his shooting percentage isn't what it wants to be. Yes, he had a rough game, 2 of 12 against Colorado State, but he hit 6 big free throws in that game. And tonight, yeah, he had maybe didn't have the high scoring game and missed a couple of shots, but when they really needed a bucket badly, when they're winning by 2 points and Boise State has the ball with 1:30 to go, Max Rice drives the lane, makes the shot, gets it to 116, and 116 on the clock is when he scored, and it should have been a foul. I mean, that definitely should have been a foul, and they didn't call it, but he got the bucket that put Boise State up 4, and I think that was essentially the shot that won them the game, because you're up 2, that made it 4, and then Nevada missed a couple of shots, and so I think Max Rice deserves a ton of credit, because then he came down the next time and made 2 huge free throws as well. So a couple big time buckets from Max Rice, and he's a guy that is an easy target. I mean, the whole game, these fans back here were talking about daddy's money and all this kind of stuff, and you're not even your dad's favorite kid, and they had all kinds of the dumb chants going, and he's a target, and they were able to find a way to overcome that. And again, was it the best game Max Rice has played? He even said no, but he had a couple huge shots and free throws to kind of help seal this. And then Omar Stanley as well, to have a big guy that can shoot free throws down the stretch. I thought that was huge as well. So again, the final stats, we'll look at them again here. We're taking your comments, your questions. Gymnastics team, we'll give them a shout out. Did well in Utah, somebody said. So Max almost had a double-double. No complaints here. He finished with 10 points, 8 rebounds, also had an assist. 18 turnovers for Boise State. Too many turnovers. They got to clean that up. But I think we're starting to see Roddy Anderson. Jace Whiting only got 508. I think, did Roddy Anderson play the entire second half? I mean, he might have. If Jace Whiting came in, it was only for a minute or two. But we've clearly seen the changing of the guard the last 2 games at point guard. They're going with Roddy Anderson, and he's getting the majority of the minutes here. Only 5 minutes and 8 seconds for Jace Whiting in this game. And so, again, the final numbers for Roddy Anderson, he was 5 of 11. He was still only 1 of 6 from 3-point range. Not sure you need Roddy Anderson jacking up 6 3-point attempts in a game. He was 1 of 6, but he was 5 of 11 from the field, 1 of 2 from the foul line. Did have 2 rebounds, had 4 assists and 2 turnovers, so not quite as good as the last game, but 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. You'll take that. He also had 2 steals and 12 points tonight for Roddy Anderson. He had that big stretch where he hit like 7 free throws in a row, 7 points in a row. He was taunting the crowd. He was enjoying that one, and so that was a huge contribution from Roddy Anderson. I think he is certainly starting to emerge a little bit and play a little more like the player that they thought that he could do. Hey, shout out to all of our great sponsors, but in particular, I want to shout out Taco Bell. We appreciate Taco Bell, TacoBellWorks.com. If you're looking for a job, they're offering up to half your pay the next day after your shift. So you need a job, go check out Taco Bell. And of course, all the Treasure Valley freestanding Taco Bell stores. Go get a meal, go get some breakfast. Love the quesadillas, the postgame meals as well. And we're very appreciative of SON Management, the Nicolason family, and Taco Bell. I don't know if I should say this or not, but you know what? I'm going to. I have the Apple Watch here, and before the game, about an hour before tip-off, the crowd was just starting. The team had just gotten here. They're starting to put up some warm-ups, and Coach Rice sometimes kind of peeks his head out of the locker room and comes out for a few minutes before the fans get in here, just to kind of, say hi to people and see how the atmosphere is, before he goes back into the locker room. And I was standing there talking to Coach Rice, and I get a text message from John Mallory, and it says, let me get the exact wording here, but I get a text from our friend John Mallory, and it says, I have a feeling Leon wins this tonight. Sent at 6:24. And I'm standing next to Leon, and I show Leon the phone or my watch, and he sees the text and he reads it and he just starts laughing. He goes, "I hope he's right," and it certainly turned out to be right. So nice call, John Mallory. And I know Jay felt good about this game. I felt good about this game. And again, it's nothing against Nevada. I still think they're a very quality team, but I just wasn't 100% sold on where they're going to finish in this conference, because the computer numbers are what they are, but they really hadn't challenged themselves with a very tough schedule. And I still think they're going to be a factor. I'm not trying to say told you so. They're not any good. But I wasn't quite sure if they were good or not. We didn't know because they really hadn't, they had the nice win against TCU, but they just didn't have a ton of great wins, and certainly hadn't played the type of schedule Boise State had played. And I think that really helped Boise State win this game. You can move that, sir. I'm okay. Yep. They certainly hadn't played the schedule that Boise State played. I think Nevada's out-of-conference schedule was like in the 200s, and Boise State's was like top 30 or something. So Boise State certainly deserves some credit. They went out and challenged themselves in the non-conference. Would they have liked to have won the Washington State game? Man, if they would have won that Washington State game, they'd have no losses since November. I mean, they would be a bigger national story right now. But you look at what they did early on, and those computer numbers are evening out because Butler got a big win. St. Mary's continues to play well. Somebody else, Virginia Tech had a big win as well. So the numbers are correcting themselves. Boise State is getting some benefits now from playing that tough schedule. And I know Jeff Grammer has a standings where you get like a +1 for a road win, I think, and a -1 for a home loss or something. And when you can check off that +1 for a road win, and for Boise State to already be 2-0 on the road in Mountain West play, just super, super impressive. And, we'll find out down the road what this win means. There's a lot of games left, obviously, but for them to get 2 road wins already, to be 3-0, to have 2 quad 1 wins in a span of 72 hours is insane. And the thing about this one is this one's going to stay a quad 1 because they're like 30th. Like or I guess they dropped a little bit, or we'll find out in the net tomorrow. But there's no way they're going to go all the way down past 70, which would keep this a quad 1 game for Boise State. So that is definitely going to stay a quad 1 win the rest of the season, and that's going to be a super impressive win when it's all said and done. Because when the students get back in session and when this place is, this team was 15-1. They were 15-1. I mean, they've done so many things positive, and Boise State came in front of a hostile. It wasn't quite a sellout. There were some openings in the top rows, but it was a very packed house tonight, and they were making a lot of noise, especially there later in the game. And Hunter says they're 40. I think that's in the KenPom rankings. We'll wait and find out the net rankings unless they've already updated because of the last game of the night. Sometimes when the last game is over early, they'll update the net rankings early. So let's see. January 12th is today's date. So we'll say games through. Let's see if we can get this, if it's been updated yet. It's still through games on January 11th, but they do update it earlier sometimes when all the games are done. So keep refreshing the net rankings tonight and we'll see. But Boise State already have 3 quad 1 wins. Just super, super impressive at this point. Hey, shout out Travis Hawks in the Blue and Orange store. If you're looking for the NIL shirts, they now have the Ashton Genty sweatshirts and the t-shirts in there. They've got some other players as well. Basketball players, obviously Tyson and some other guys. So if you're looking for some Boise State gear, I saw somebody say they went somewhere else. Like, what are you doing? Go to the Blue and Orange store, support Travis Hawks and company, and get some gear from the Blue and Orange store. They're one of our major sponsors, and we appreciate them. And so you can do it at theblueandorangestore.com, or you can do it there in the location at the Boise Town Square Mall. So shout out to the Blue and Orange store. And Tommy Alquist as well, BVA Dev. We appreciate them. If you're looking for space, you're looking for a developer, Idaho's developer is BVA, Ball Ventures Alquist. So we appreciate Tommy Alquist and company. And he had Matt Bauscher on his recent podcast. I highly recommend going to check that out. It was a great podcast, great discussion about a lot of things. And speaking of Matt Bauscher, Bauscher Real Estate, we got to pick a Matt Bauscher Real Estate Player of the Game. Bauscher Real Estate, the #1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. No home too big or too small. Matt and his team will help you out. They're ready. And I think it's going to be a good year on the housing market. So check it out at BauscherRealEstate.com. And Matt and his team want to help you with that next, whether it's a purchase, whether you're selling, buying, doesn't matter. Let Bauscher Real Estate help you out at BauscherRealEstate.com. Our player of the game, this is a tough one because obviously Tyson Degenhart had 20 points, was probably the big guy there, 20-9. But I kind of want to give it to Roddy Anderson. He had 12 points, 4 assists, and hit a couple of huge shots there in the second half. I think you could give it to Max Rice as well, just because of the big shot he had that maybe sealed the game. Also hit a couple of big free throws as well. So there's a couple different candidates, but I think you got to give it to Tyson Degenhart. 20 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists as well. 7 of 8 from the foul line, and a couple of his free throws were really big. I mean, he went to the line for a 1-and-1 2 different times, and that's just free points you're giving away if you miss a 1-and-1. And Tyson Degenhart made the front end of a 1-and-1 both times, and he finished 7 of 8 from the foul line. But I thought that he had some huge free throws, especially in the second half there, to help seal the game. Boise State only went 5 of 22 from three-point range in this game tonight. Boise State as a team shot 41%. You go on the road and shoot 41%, you're probably not winning most games. And they only go 5 of 22 from three-point range. I can't imagine they've won too many games where they only make 5 threes in a game. But again, this game was won on the glass, 43-24, the rebounding edge for Boise State in this one. And someone's saying, did we win? I guess he just jumped in and missed the game. You guys can let him know. But the fact that there's 312 of you still watching this at almost midnight back in Boise, I think tells Dan the answer here. 64-56, the final. Boise State picks up their third quad 1 win. What'd you guys think of the high knees ref, Jeffrey Anderson? Was he high stepping it there on the TV? He was an interesting guy and made some calls for both teams, but you had a pretty veteran officiating crew that you didn't think got intimidated by the crowd, but there was certainly some ticky-tack fouls that they were calling. But Jeffrey Anderson doesn't do a lot of Boise State games. He's kind of an East Coast guy, but he was out here doing a West Coast swing. He did the Gonzaga game last night in against Santa Clara, and then did this game here. So he was high stepping it. I kind of like when he's the ref that's under the basket, and he kind of does this karaoke thing as he's like getting into the corner or getting under the basket here from the side. But overall, I mean, the final free throw numbers, and these are skewed a little bit because Nevada had to foul, but it was only 22-20 were the attempts. At one point, it was like 13-5 or something. Though, I mean, the free throw attempts, and at one point in the game, Tyson Degenhart, with like 5 minutes to go, was the only player that had attempted a free throw for Boise State. But Max Rice ends up making 3 of 4. By the way, someone brought it up here. Buzo tip outs near the end were positive. I was a little nervous for Boise State. I don't know what they were saying on TV or what you guys thought. I don't think he did it on purpose, but I also see it called almost every time. I was really surprised they did not call Buzo for an elbow when he grabbed the ball and he kind of went like this to clear out. I know it wasn't intentional. I know it doesn't. I know, but it just seems like more times than not that is called. And with how crazy the crowd was going and it being, Nevada against Nevada, I was pretty confident they were going to call a flagrant 1 there on Buzo. I was even wondering if he's even going to get ejected. I mean, but this was a veteran officiating crew. They kept their heads. They didn't say we automatically have to call it because he threw an elbow. They were able to I was surprised. I just saw Vernon Harris point like that. We're just balls this way, no foul. And I was kind of like, wow, I was really surprised at that one. I mean, and again, I know he didn't do it on purpose. I'm not, saying anything negatively towards Buzo. It was bad luck, but I see them call that almost every time. So I thought Boise State caught a break there that they didn't call that. And then I thought another break for Boise State came when they called a foul on Max Rice right before the break. And I saw clearly Vernon Harris say 1-2 black, and they called the foul and they announced it as a foul on Max Rice, and everybody was kind of going crazy on the Boise State bench. The crowd was cheering, and then after the break ends, it's Boise State ball, and they say there was a correction on the foul, and I think it was Vernon Harris talking to both coaches, and Steve Alford was beside himself. He was irate. He couldn't believe that they changed the call to make it on a player on Nevada, and I thought that was a big swing in the game because that was, I think the guy rolled over Max or tripped him or whatever. And so, I think that was obviously another key spot in this game when they switched that foul call to a foul on Nevada from a foul on Boise State. Insane that they reversed the call in favor of Max. He fell right on him. This is one of those games that I'm going to be excited to go back and watch because the announcers also were confused by the Max Rice foul. He fell on him because he was tripped, according to Logan. The foul reversal was crazy. They planned to play for offense too. Yeah. And then they had to end up being on defense again and foul. Yeah. It was, it's got to be insanely hard to be a college basketball official. I mean, both teams are yelling. What other profession is there out there where it's just okay for you to just berate a human being standing there, and it's just okay and expected for you to just stand there and yell at another man like that, like college basketball coaches do. I mean, it is just crazy. And I know for the most part, none of it's personal or anything like that. But you watch both coaches every play. Both coaches are yelling at a different ref, and it's just got to be an insanely hard job to be a college basketball official, and for them to to get in, they're human beings too. They're impacted by the crowd, and they hear the crowd, and you got to be laser focused and not let that get to you. And I thought overall the referees did a fine job tonight. If Boise State had lost the game, we'd be saying differently. But I thought that, someone said, but what other professions are almost no accountability. If you don't get ranked high, you don't get to ref, bigger games. I mean, there's evaluators. There was an evaluator here tonight. They watch them, they grade them, and then they assign them, games based on merit. And if you're not a good official or you make mistakes, you don't get, to officiate big games, or you get taken off the games. So it is what it is, and I just think that it's a crazy profession, and you see a lot of the same guys out here, but it's easy to get on them and easy to blame them and say they lost somebody a game or won somebody a game. But when you're in these hostile environments and you think about a split-second decision on some of these calls, it can't be easy. But I look forward to going back and seeing that Chibuzo Abo play again, because that surprised me that wasn't called. But again, 64-56. Final thoughts on this one. Just super impressive for Boise State to come get another quad one win. And now you have 2 home games. You got an opportunity here to, as I said, make another statement. If you can beat UNLV and then beat if you beat UNLV, that has to be a sellout against San Diego State. 11 a.m. game on big CBS. We're not talking CBS Sports Network. We're not talking Mountain West Network. We're not talking FS2. We're not talking Stadium. The game against San Diego State is on CBS, Channel 2 in Boise, like Big Boy CBS. And for Boise State to get a home game on Big Boy CBS, that's a big deal. And so if Boise State beats UNLV, that should be a sellout, and place should be rocking for an 11 a.m. game on Saturday. We do need to spin the wheel. That's right. I totally forgot about that. Somebody brought it up and reminded me. We have the if I can refresh the screen here, I think he said he sent it to me. Let's see where it's at. Jaden has a wheel that we have with all of the I know he sent it to me, but now I can't find it. Of course this is going to happen here. Jaden, I hope you're watching. Send it to me again real quick. Where would you have sent that to, Jason? Jaden? He sent it to me. He did everything I asked, and now I can't find it. So this is totally on me on the fly here, and I don't know if I can find it in time. We may have to do this on Monday, guys. I apologize for that. I know a lot of you are still watching for that. Didn't see any bats tonight, by the way. Somebody was asking about the bats. Didn't see any bats tonight, so I don't know if that's still a problem or not, but didn't see any flying around here. I'm going to try to get out of here before they turn the lights off when the bats may decide to come out here. So thanks to all of our sponsors. Super appreciative. Rowpaint.com, our title sponsor. Go support them. Oh, Jaden's texting me. Let's see where he says he's working on it. So wherever you sent it, I don't have it or I can't see it. So I apologize, Jaden, for that. So he's going to send it back here, and hang on for a minute. We'll do this drawing. But while Jaden is sending us the stuff for the drawing, just want to thank all of our sponsors. Rowpaint.com, our title sponsor. ROEpaint.com. Check them out for all of your painting needs, interior, exterior, residential, you name it. Check out Rowpaint.com for all of your painting needs. All right, let's see what we got here. Looks like he sent me the wheel. All right, we've got the wheel. We've got all the names in here. This is for yearly subscribers. If you're a yearly subscriber, you're entered in these contests. If you're not a yearly subscriber, we would love to have you jump in next week. We do this every Friday on Bronco Nation News. We got a lot of cool prizes that we're giving away, and I will put the graphic on the screen here in just a second. By the way, thanks to your subscriptions, thanks to your interest, I just bought Jaden Finch's plane ticket to the Mountain West tournament. So we're able to take our intern down to the Mountain West tournament this year, thanks to your support. So we're giving away this chair tonight. This will be our final giveaway. Actually, we'll do this first. This will be the first prize so that everybody's entered in this. We're giving away this Adirondack chair from Cutwater Spirits and Kona Brewing. We appreciate Cutwater Spirits for their support of Bronco Nation News. Again, if you want to get in, BNN 50 deal gets you a full year subscription, and that gets you eligible for our weekly prizes. Our grand prize coming up in a couple of weeks, private jet trip for 2 to go to San Diego to see the final regular season game of the season, potentially a conference title on the line, sellout crowd, senior night, and you can be there. We'll pick our grand prize here coming up in a couple of weeks, but BNN50 promo. The promo code is BNN50 deal, and you can sign up, and we'd love to have you. And we'll be giving away this chair. We kind of have a big item each week, and then some other smaller prizes as well. So, all right, let's see if we can figure this out here. We're going to share this to the screen. So, all right, you can now Oh, I was muted. After all that, I was muted. And Richard Terry just won the chair. So I took the wrong thing out of the I apologize for that, guys. I have 2 cameras going here, which I'm not sure why, and I took the wrong one out of the show. But Richard Terry just won our you have not been hosed. I'm not muted. I fixed it. I apologize for that. I took myself out of the show there for a second. But Richard Terry is our winner. You saw what I was telling you guys is on the right side. You can see all the different names of folks that are in here. And I was going through some of the names. I was just randomly picking out people. There's Alex Sterling. There's Brady Peck. There's Brett Job. I was just showing you guys all the different names. There's over 800 names here that are yearly subscribers. And then I said this is going to be for the chair, and we gave it away to Richard Terry. So I apologize for that, but Richard Terry wins the chair, and we'll be in contact. Richard, if you want it, please send us an email, and we'll get that to you. We got a couple more things to give away. We're now going to give away, let's see, we got 4 4-packs of Cutwaters. 4 4-packs of Cutwaters, 16 Cutwaters, and there's some different flavors, but 16 Cutwaters, and maybe we'll throw in a gift card or something as well. But our winner of the gift cards is Kyle Steven, or of the Cutwaters. Hopefully you live in the Boise area. Kyle Stevenson. Reach out to me, Kyle Stevenson. You won a 4-pack of Cutwaters, and we will get those to you. Let me know. Reach out. Okay, now this is for a case of Western Collective Golden Ale, a case of Golden Ale, and a Taco Bell gift card. Eric Ellison is our winner on this one. We'll go with another Taco Bell gift card, $20 to Taco Bell. Our winner is going to be Ben Neidiger. Ben Neidiger is going to win the Taco Bell gift card. Let's go with a $25 gift card to the James Kitchen and Bar. The James Kitchen and Bar. We'll give this one away, and we're giving this one to Michael Todd Wright. Michael Todd Wright is going to win the James gift card, and we'll go one more James gift card, $25 gift card to the James. If for some reason you win a gift card to the James and you don't live in Boise, we can swap it out for a Taco Bell gift card, which is good anywhere. This is to the James Kitchen and Bar, $25 gift card. Kurt Fuller, you won $25 to the James. And then let's go back to Taco Bell. One more Taco Bell $20 gift card. And let's see who we have here. We will go with Bob Cutler. And then let's go with another case of Western Collective Golden Ale. Western Collective Golden Ale. We got a case of beer for you. And the winner is Michelle Pancheri Tanner. So we'll give you a case of the Western Collective Golden Ale. We'll also throw in a gift card for you as well to Taco Bell. So appreciate you guys. I'm sorry that I was muted there for a couple of minutes. I don't know what happened there. And I was trying to make myself full screen, but keep the audio in there. And are these people even real? It's my Rolodex. Yes, that's what I was showing you, that these are the 800 names that were in there, and then I was muted, so you couldn't hear me. So I apologize for that. He muted it when Jaden said Richard is prize 1. That's funny. This is a live website. I'll go right back here and show you. We'll add it to the thing here. This is a random Wheel of Fortune website. You can look it up and see. These are all the different names. I'll just stop it. There's Tony Ogbo. I wonder if that's someone related to the Ogbo family. We appreciate them. Rudy Espino. We saw him in there. We got Dan Fink, Rich Bauscher. We got Nathaniel Wilder's in there. Mike Whitman is in there. So we got everybody in there. We got, as I said, over 800 names if you go through the whole list here. So we'll be doing this every Friday. And if you won an email, if you won something, you can reach out to me and we will get that to you as soon as we can. We'll also have Jaden reach out and email you guys as well. So jump on in. We'd love to have you. $50 for a full year. BNN 50 deals, the promo code. You'll be able to read Mike Prater's column that we just posted, my story from this game, all kinds of content. And then every Friday, you'll be able to win some great prizes leading up until the grand prize, that trip for two for San Diego for the final regular season game of the season. So good luck to Naismith Reigns at his baseball tryouts tomorrow, trying out for the Meridian Select team. I'm going to miss that while I'm flying back in the morning, but love my son Naismith and wishing him best of luck in his tryout tomorrow morning. Thanks again to my wife Karen for holding down the fort, my son Nelson, and she's doing a great job watching the boys. And love you, hon. Be back tomorrow afternoon, weather permitting. Not looking great with this snow, but hoping to get back tomorrow. And then going to watch some NFL football for the weekend. And then you got Boise State UNLV on Tuesday, so going to be a fun next couple of days and next week leading into that San Diego State game. But hope you enjoyed the show. If you came in late and missed it, you can go back. Max Rice, Leon Rice, Tyson Degenhart all joined us early in the show. And we had some great stuff there. So we appreciate Nate Lowry and Cody Gogler and everybody over at Boise State for helping us out. And it was a fun show, fun night. We went over an hour here now and still 200 of you watching this late at night. So we appreciate all you guys for sticking with us. Hopefully you're subscribing to our YouTube channel already. If you're not, just click that subscribe button down there in the bottom and turn on your notifications so you know when we go live with future broadcasts and things like that. So fun night. Big win for Boise State, and John Mallory will join me Monday morning. I think it's a holiday, so I'll have to talk to Johnny, but I think we'll probably still try to do the show. Actually, Monday's Prater. It may have to be Prater at his house. I think we'll do the show Monday with Prater from his house. I'll have to talk to him because I don't think they have a show that day, but we'll figure it out. So Monday morning, 9 a.m., we'll get you set for the UNLV game, recap this one as well. And again, go subscribe if you can. Please help and support us. $50, all it costs for a year subscription. And you're watching this free show here at midnight as the clock strikes midnight back in Boise. Thanks to all of our sponsors. So please go support the sponsors as well. And we would appreciate, I didn't get a chance to mention Bronco Brew Coffee or Lean Feast, two of our other sponsors. So please go support Bronco Brew Coffee, broncobrew.coffee, and make sure you make that coffee order. And Lean Feast out there in Meridian, healthy eating spot. We hope you support them as well. So thanks to everybody for checking us out. Thanks again to all of our great sponsors. And of course, our title sponsor is rowpaint.com. I believe I mentioned all of them, but Lithia, Florida, Boise, Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com, the sponsors of the YouTube chat. Make sure you go to ICCU if you're looking to open up a new account, but you only have to go in there once, the first time when you set it up, because after that, they have the best mobile e-branch online banking setup, the app right there from your phone. You never have to go back in. We appreciate Transportation Compliance Service as well. If you're looking for a job, check them out. TCS, Transportation Compliance Service. Timberstone Golf Course as well. We'll have some details on our golf tournament coming up here in a couple of weeks. And of course, Ridley's Family Markets, shopridleys.com. Make sure you go support the Ridley family as well. And I mentioned Cutwater Spirits. Perfect night to grab a couple more Cutwaters and celebrate this win for Boise State. So appreciate you guys, and thank you. Thank you so much for watching the show, for supporting us, for telling your friends. And again, we had a couple of magical runs. The one 2 years ago with the basketball team, we had the football team winning the Mountain West Championship, and this basketball team might be just getting ready to go on a run themselves. So 64-56, again, the only spot to see video interviews with these coaches and players after the game right here at BroncoNationNews.com. You had Bob Beeler, Abe Jackson, obviously KBOI, KTIK, the Bronco Radio Network here. But other than that, Bronco Nation News, the only outlet that traveled down here to Reno for the game. So support us, our efforts with a subscription if you can. Have a great rest of your weekend. Watch some football, spend some time with family, and appreciate you guys. And we will talk to you Monday morning, 9 a.m. on Bronco Nation News Live. Again, the final score, 64-56. Boise State picks up a quad one win. They're 3-0 in Mountain West play. Their charter jet already about to leave to head back to Boise. And that's going to be a fun flight for them, I'm sure. So we'll see you Tuesday from Extra Mile Arena. We'll talk to you first Monday morning. And obviously, when you wake up, you can read my story at BroncoNationNews.com. Lithia, Florida, Boise, the postgame show. Again, the Cutwater Studios, our title sponsor, RoPaint.com. Thanks for checking us out, guys. And we'll talk to you later. Again, nice Friday night for Bronco Nation. Broncos get the win. And we'll talk to you later here at Bronco Nation News Live, BroncoNationNews.com.